This is a toy spot on the Hasbro 2009 series of Spider-Man figures. Today we're going to be looking at the very rare Green Goblin. Pretty rare because, first of all, Canada never even got any of these figures. I ended up having to pick this guy up through eBay. And I think even of eBay, the Green Goblin, I think, was for the most part a chase figure. Might have been possibly one per case. Package-wise, not really much to say. Figure rides glider. I don't know if he rides it really as much as he just stands on glider. It's remarkable that they use that as a selling gimmick. Good folks at Hasbro. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. On the back of the package, the read-up, along with a very deranged picture of Green Goblin. Read-up says, crazier than ever and determined to destroy his nemesis, the Green Goblin streaks across the New York sky searching for Spider-Man. He's been beaten too many times by the wall crawler. This time he won't give up till he is victorious over the web slinger. And down below, who's on your side? We've got Iron Spider-Man, we've got Spider-Man, and finally Black Costume Spider-Man. Of the supervillains, we've got Juggernaut, Venom, and Tarantula. Collect them all. And it just serves as a... it's unfortunate with this line that to try to find them on eBay, or really to find them in your local stores, unless you happen to stumble across them, it's very hard to look these up. I found even looking them up on eBay were hard, because you type in like Hasbro Spider-Man, sometimes you find the results that show these guys, sometimes no, but the Green Goblin is definitely a hard figure to find. So what we'll do is we'll open this up and we'll find out, is this a figure worth picking up? Well, I'll just have to stick around and find out, guys. Stay tuned. And out of his package, let's have a look at the Green Goblin. We'll start first with his glider. And his glider, I think, is one of his weakest points, or one of the weakest accessories that come with this guy. He is very basic, the glider itself. There's not really a lot to be said about it. Yes, it has rivets and it has all the the panel lining and stuff like that, but it's painted a single color. There's really not a lot to be said for it. One thing that is nice, I think, if anything, is the fact that they've got these additional stands on either side, so you can at least have the glider standing upright, because some gliders in the past, they put nothing on it to make the glider stable, and as soon as you put it on a surface, it flops to one side or whatnot. So it's kind of nice that they did put these on here without resorting to a giant stand that the Marvel Legends Green Goblin had, which I did not like. Not a lot to be said. I don't think the glider is all that great, but what it is, it's a glider. We'll also look at the Flame Jack-o'-lantern. I think you can see that there's actually a face on there. And actually, that's one thing I do like, is that they've given him a flame jack-o'-lantern bomb or pumpkin bomb. Usually when they give pumpkin bombs to Green Goblin, they don't tend to be the fiery variety, granted. Some people don't prefer the fiery pumpkin bombs. Some people just prefer regular pumpkin bombs, because if they're bombs, they would explode when you throw them. They wouldn't be necessarily on fire, but it's different. So I'll give it that. It's a fiery pumpkin bomb. It's different. You can actually take the figure and peg it, not so much peg, but kind of just wedge it into his hand. And he holds it as such. It doesn't look like he's throwing it as much as it's stuck on his hand and he's trying to get it off. Now, this, I gotta say, I'll start right off the bat by saying this Green Goblin may not be it for everybody. We'll show you first his face. He's got this really weird distorted face. I like this side of the face with his eye and his ears and everything, the way it's sculpted. And then when it gets to this side, it's not so bad either. But then when you look at the two, he's got this weird lopsided eye. Definitely not symmetrical. It's kind of like the Shannon Doherty of Green Goblin figures. You don't know what I'm talking about, check out Shannon Doherty. Her eyes are creepy, like one eye's up here, one eye's down here. Believe you me, it is a sight to see. The face isn't bad. I like the face. I like the hat. The hat is really, really nice. I don't know if I necessarily would say this is the best Green Goblin figure. Again, I think if they matched the sides of the face up, it would have been a lot nicer of a figure. From this side, it looks like a great Green Goblin. From this side, again, looks like a pretty good Green Goblin figure. But then when you just, I don't know, the face just seems off when you're looking at it dead on. The paint also seems a slight bit off. Just for comparison's sake, let's bring in the Green Goblin from the Marvel Legends line. This is actually from the Onslaught line. And I mean, coloring wise, you can see, also you can see there's a little bit of dust on mine, but you can see that there's a difference between the coloring. They definitely went with a completely different color scheme. This would say, I would say this is a little more accurate to Green Goblin's colors. This not so much, but again, it's something different. In the way of his articulation, the Green Goblin has a full ball jointed head. He has very stiff shoulders, but you can bend them out, you can rotate them back and forth. He's got the multi articulated elbow that allows you to rotate the hands all the way around, bend the elbows up and down. Nothing in the wrist. He's got the new articulated mid-torso that a lot of figures seem to be going with nowadays. No articulation in the waist. This is where it gets a bit weird, because you would think to me this doesn't make much sense. He's got articulation in the leg, but it's only as a swivel. They haven't opted to give him any sort of ball joint or hinge joint in the waist. It only swivels back and forth. I'm surprised because the older Toy Biz figures had that. And I mean, certainly if you compare it to figures nowadays, this seems almost like an outdated point of articulation. That makes no sense. His leg, however, in the knee, he has the full articulation in the knee. You can bend it back and forth. No articulation, again, in the foot. So it's a very strange Green Goblin figure. They clearly went with something different, but I'm really surprised that they didn't give him better articulation in the lower leg. Now, I'll put him in his glider just so you guys can see it. I mean, there's really not much to be said. Just bend his leg a bit there. The glider, for what it is, I mean, really, he is kind of more of a comic book look to Green Goblin, so I could maybe get away with the fact that his glider is so basic in design. But it's definitely not for everybody. The glider, the Green Goblin, the flaming pumpkin bomb. I think overall I'd give the figure probably about a 5. It's not one of the better Green Goblin figures, and definitely the Shannon Doherty style face I think is really what makes the figure disappointing. Yeah, so I don't know. It's if you like Green Goblins, worth picking up. I don't know if it's the definitive Green Goblin. There's probably a lot better ones out there, including this guy right here. So not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm going to give him a 5. Today's Toy Spot, we were looking at the 2009 Hasbro Spider-Man figure line. Today we were looking at the Green Goblin. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more Toy Spots and other spots to come. And I'll see you guys next time.